What's up, guys? It's Tom at Obscure Machines. We're going to do a quick tutorial on how to program drums quickly in the arrange window as opposed to using like the MIDI, the drum rack, or just any step sequencer. The reason for doing this is that it can be a lot quicker to program just to manually drag and drop everything as opposed to adding a drum, like the drum rack, and then dragging in the sample and then having to mess with the volume just to get it up and then the velocity and all that stuff. When you have really good samples to begin with, you can just go straight to programming and just putting them in. So here's a little track I did. It's called "I'm a Fanatic." This is for a convention out in Dothan, Alabama. I'll let you hear some of it. I'm a fanatic. 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 All right, so it's called Fanaticon. The game store is called Fanatic. So that's why we're using the Mario samples. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun to do. All right, so let's get into it. So if you notice here, I used some hats from 808. This would just be Gold Baby, the Gold Baby 808. It's a great sample pack. They really did it very nicely with the tape and everything. So if you right click, you can change your grid size. So it's like basically the arrange window becomes the step sequencer and you just see it visually. And I really love Ableton for this because it's just really quick. So let's say I was going to make a beat. I'm going to just grab one of these hi-hats. I'm going to Command C to copy it. I'm going to go over here. Okay, so we got the grid size, right click, change it to 16th notes. And I'm going to paste, Command V. And then here's the thing. See, the sample isn't actually the full length of a full 16th note. So what I would do is highlight that whole box, that whole block, and then just Command D to duplicate. All right, and see that keeps it all in time. Whereas if you didn't highlight that whole box, they would just be right next to each other, and eventually you would just be out of time. Okay, so once I do that, so we want to do a 1-bar loop. So I'm going to grab that whole thing. I'm going to Command J. That's to consolidate it, so that turns it into a loop. And there you go. So let me duplicate that. Or I could duplicate it. Command D again. Or I could just hit loop right here. Because if the track is warped, you can just loop and then grab the right side of it. And then just loop it out however long you want. So this is 1 bar right here. Okay, and a cool advantage to this, or a cool thing about this, is you can change the warp setting. So if I wanted to pitch that up for beats, drums, I could pitch it up and it would preserve the transients. Whereas in the other settings, you get that artifacting. So that's one cool way to do it, to program the drums. Let me get another. Let's see, what is this? I think that's the kick. Oh, well, let's do the snare because that's Command C. That's a good way to see where, 1, 2, 3, and 4 lie. So probably going to be on 2 and 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? All right, and you can do the same thing if you want to turn this into a loop. Command J, and then you can, process it however you want. All right, let's grab the 808 sub, or just an 808 kick. Sorry, I'm using it as a sub, like a kick and a sub. Okay, and this is really popular in the hip hop realm. I guess this track is more of like a trap track, but when you do this long enough, you'll start to see where, exactly where you want the pattern to be. So this is going to go boom, so yeah. And here I'm actually going to take this out. Yeah, so it makes it a little tighter, so when the snare comes in, it cuts the bass off. See, it's little things like this that give you an advantage when using the arranged window, as opposed to MIDI, where You know, there's just so many extra steps to just do something simple like this. And I think the kick didn't have enough punch. You know, it didn't have enough attack, so I dropped in another kick sample. Yeah, just to get that high end. So yeah, that's basically how to program in the window or in the arrange window. If you want to do, like, let's say a 30-second note roll, change the grid to 30-second notes. Let's see. Select this here and then just duplicate that. So this is gonna go da 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 da. All right, so let's play that. You know, things like that. Something else cool you could do. Let's say I wanted to do a triplet on this last one, so there's gonna be 3 notes instead of 4. Go down, hit the triplet grid. Shortcuts Command 3, and then this is in 16th notes. I want to do 8th note triplets, so do this. All right. Here's a cool shortcut. You can highlight one of these, like one of the blocks, and then Command E, and that'll separate it. And then I think it's option. Okay, Command drag to get rid of that one hat, and then do the same thing you did before. Just gonna duplicate that. Now I got to get rid of these, and then you can turn it into a loop. Command J. Okay, so we should have a nice little triplet on the end there. Yeah, that's pretty sick. A little polyrhythm going on there. That's pretty cool. Let's see, what else would be cool? Just to mess around with this loop. Let's say I wanted to pitch this up as it progressed. Highlight the region, and then go over to the envelope settings. I believe that's envelope. Let me see what this says. Yeah, envelope box. Whoops. Okay, so let me hide that again. I got my hot corners set up, so that's why all that other stuff popped up. Okay, so we go over here to the setting, get the clip. Let's do transposition modulation, and we're just gonna pitch it up as it goes. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. Let me think. What else would be neat? I guess that's about it. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for now. So we got a 1-bar loop. That's just a little bit about how to go about programming via the arrange window. Instead of using a drum machine or just a sequencer and all that other good stuff, this does have its advantages. It does have its disadvantages if you're not 100% sure on where each beat goes and where everything falls. But once you get, I would set it to 16, and once you understand where 1, 2, 3, and 4 are, you can kind of work from there, and that gives you a good solid foundation. So drop a kick on 1, put the snares on 2 and 4. And then you can just mess around with the velocities and stuff. Let's turn this down. Excuse me. Let's pitch it up a little bit. Yeah, throw it a little. Okay. So it's just some cool things to do. Thanks for watching. Just check out the other videos for a lot more tutorials, and ask any questions if you want to see how something's done in particular. Definitely recommend the 808 Gold Baby. Anything from Gold Baby is done really well. They got a bunch of classic drum machines, and I mean, it goes to tape, and it's just processed through all these, all this great gear. So definitely recommend that. You can also check out Obscure Machines, obscuremachines.com. We got a few MIDI packs and a few sample packs. Check out my book, Warp Flow. If you want to learn how to make a track from start to finish in roughly 10 days. If you don't finish the track, I will give you your money back. Can't beat that. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.